Hey, I'm Rora,
I'm Jane,
and we are Birds of Clay.
and we're here to talk all things Australian pottery and ceramic art.
So put your kettle on.
And let's have a chat. We would like to pay our respects to the traditional custodians on the lands on which this podcast is recorded. We acknowledge the rich history of art, craft, and storytelling that has been occurring for millennia, and acknowledge elders past, present, and country as provider, protector, and guide. Working with clay is intrinsically linked to country, and we would not be here without the care and connection that our First Nations peoples have shown for thousands of years on this continent we call Australia.
Hello and welcome to 2025, everybody.
Woo!
Woohoo! Hello,
Hi,
Jane. Jinx. How you going?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah,
Everything feels like a bit of a blur.
I know. We were talking before and we feel like January's a write-off.
Yeah,
But here we are, end of Jan. We're getting back into it.
we are.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great year. We've been planning ahead a lot of our episodes, and we got lots of cool stuff in store. So yeah, get keen, everybody, because we're keen.
Yeah, we are.
It's going to be a big year.
It is, and I feel like we haven't actually just sat down and had an us chat, like just to catch up for a
And-
long time.
We really don't want to starve the fans of our yapping, so, you know, because... I don't know. We've each heard from people that they really like the episodes, that we just get down to earth and catch up.
Yeah,
So, and we do too. So we're going to do more.
yeah.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
too many.
No, we've also got some great interviews planned.
So many good interviews
I
coming
know,
up.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's so good, isn't it? I feel like it's a sneaky way of getting to talk to cool artists.
It really is.
It's doing going, I'm doing a podcast.
It's a little bit of a life cheat in a way.
Yeah.
We're winning at life.
We are, but we also put a lot of work in.
Yeah, don't get that twisted, people. It is a lot of work. So, I think our last one you said was about June that
Yeah.
we did one of these.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what has happened in the last 6 months for each of us. So much.
So much.
So much. You finished. Uni.
I finished my university degree.
Woo!
Yes.
Congrats.
But of course I'm a sucker and I've gone back for more.
Yeah.
So I've enrolled in honours. But yeah, I did finish my Bachelor in Creative Art and Community Wellbeing.
Well done.
Thank you.
Huge job.
Yeah,
So much work.
it's a really nice kind of graduation process where we have a big grad show at the end. And that was really nice just to celebrate in that way. Like, yeah.
The show is amazing. And can I say, lots of ceramics.
Yeah, there was lots of ceramics.
And
which
there'll
is great.
be more and more ceramics as the years go by, which is exciting.
Yeah, I think we've definitely brainwashed, no, that's not the right word, influenced, softly persuaded some first year students to continue with ceramics because, yeah, I think it's got a good energy out at uni at the moment. So
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, when's your grad ceremony?
April.
Are you going to go?
Yeah.
Yay!
I signed up. But guess what? It's like the 1st of April.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, is this a joke?
They're just going to pull the rug out of you
Yeah,
and cancel
totally.
last minute.
But yeah, it'll be the first university graduation thingy I've gone to. But
Yay.
I think it's important to celebrate the hard work. And it is hard work. Like, I think studying visual art has been the hardest study I've ever done. Like, the hardest I've worked.
You heard that here. Art
It
degrees
is.
are hard.
They are. Like, it's not like, it's just so much work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much work.
A lot of inner work as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of doubt and, you know, issues around self-worth and all that stuff. I feel like you just kind of get caught up in so many things.
And, you know, comparison with other artists and ego battles,
Oh,
ego
yeah.
deaths.
Failures.
Yeah.
You have to negotiate with your lecturers who are also marking you
Yeah.
to make work that feels authentic to you, but also, I guess, meeting their expectations.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, and that's something I think is a really complex dance.
Yeah, there's still compromise involved in some kind of way. And then, I guess, finishing, do you feel, well, even though you're going back, have you felt a short bit of freedom?
Yeah, and I think I'll probably talk about this a bit later, but there's this feeling of making where I don't have to justify every single element. Where, I mean, I'm still passionate about storytelling and, you know, rigorous art making, but it's something at uni where you have to reference an artist and just be really explicit about every element of your work. Well, I think when you've kind of stepped away, you can be a little bit more ambiguous.
Yeah.
Which kind of feels kind of freeing.
I guess a good way to compare it is when you're doing a math exam and you have to show you're working out. It's the same with making an artwork. You have to show how you got to that point and what you've researched and I guess all the working out.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting what comes up for you without that pressure.
Yeah.
What just naturally is going to come into your work.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yay!
Yes. I mean, you've done many things in the last 6 months too. The main thing being a huge, amazing solo show.
Oh, yes. When is this going to air? Will it be over? It might
Probably,
be over.
Yeah.
If you're hearing this, my show is over. And if you saw it, thank you so much. If not, that's okay. You'll figure
well, people who haven't seen it might be able to pick up a copy of the beautiful catalogue.
Oh, yes. Going into the show, I got some advice from a good friend that even though it is in a small regional space, just to treat it with the utmost professionalism and to just kind of go the extra mile in supporting it and promoting it. So I applied for a quick response grant through Regional Arts Development Fund, Flying Arts. Right off all the logos and acronyms. So it was my first ever grant application, and I applied with the idea to make a arts catalogue around the show and maybe talk to an arts writer and a photographer about helping me out with that. And I got the grant, so I got the professional photography. I was talking with Leonie Hart. She's a local art historian, and she wrote this beautiful essay to accompany my work and put in the catalogue. And I made and designed the catalogue and printed it, and it looks amazing. And I do have more copies, so you can reach out to me if you'd like one. So yeah.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
Thank you.
It was a journey.
It was such a journey.
The ups and downs.
People go to your local printers, not Vistaprint. Yep.
Yeah.
Just do that. It will save you a lot of drama, a lot of hassle, and a lot of
tears.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They basically just... I got it printed and everything was not registered correctly. One of my images was doctored in a way that had warped the artwork in the background, which, not cool for an arts catalogue. So after that, I went and shout out to my local printers. Amazing. They printed the whole thing within a couple days and they did a beautiful job. So yay!
Yeah, that's great.
Just in time.
I mean, it's just, again, we learn to keep things local, hey, and that face-to-face is good, hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I reached out while they were closed over Christmas, and then I realised, oh crap, they're closed. They're closed for like 4 weeks. And so then I went through Vistaprint. And funny enough, the local printers actually cost the same as Vistaprint.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Which, I mean, everyone wins. That's amazing.
It is.
That's so good.
And a beautiful catalogue was created.
Yeah. And a show was had.
Yeah.
And it was really great. And lots of people came to the event. And
pieces of soul.
And I sold things that were red dots, which is wild. Yay. makes me feel like a real artist.
You are a real artist.
I
yeah,
know, but there are things that happen that are kind of like, oh, look, you can do this.
Yeah.
That was a pretty affirming day. It was nice.
Yeah. It was really lovely.
Yeah.
It's
really
a beautiful show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to install it.
I did. It was good.
Good to know someone on the inside.
Yeah. No, that was really fun. It was a great show to install. We had it all done by like midday.
Yeah, amazing.
I love ceramics.
Oh, so good.
Don't need to get the tape measure.
Nah.
We don't have to get the tape measure out.
Yeah.
You can just put things on plinths.
Yep. Just plonk.
Plonk.
There she goes.
Yeah.
Bloody beautiful.
Lighting's always interesting, but yeah, it was good.
I love the lighting.
Oh, it was so nice, hey? Spotlights are beautiful.
Yeah, very dramatic.
Yeah.
Super
Which
dramatic.
suited your work.
Oh, yeah, dramatic.
Well, it's like...
No, they are.
It's kind
okay.
of... And there's a darkness and lightness. Like, your work kind of plays with that dark and light.
Yeah.
So...
It's funny, they have... With the gallery, it's run by volunteers a lot of the time. So there was a day before the Meet the Artist event that I went up and talked to the volunteers about the work. And it was funny, Norma, one of them, she was listening to me and she goes, "Oh, you are a hopeless romantic." And I said, "Yeah," called out.
It's really cute.
It's true. I really am.
Isn't that nice though that like, I don't know, that someone can read that from your work that's, you know, it's got layers of kind of meaning, but
Yeah.
I love that was
In
just
a nutshell, I think that
earthy.
translated really well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
So there's been other things. We were lucky enough, both of us, got work in the North Queensland Ceramic Award in Townsville.
Yes.
Which we were just saying we'd love to get up and see it, but life and money
Yeah.
is barriers at the moment. Yes.
It's just a bit far.
Yeah.
I mean, we really did think, yeah, we'll go see it. And
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, yeah, that's a couple months, that's heaps of time, surely we will. And everything just kind of catches up and happens and...
Yeah, and it's one of those, it's interesting, like, you can fly to Melbourne for, like, what, $100 and something, but to fly somewhere regional is, like, $300.
Yeah.
And it's actually probably about the same distance to Melbourne, to Townsville.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy.
Yeah, Queensland's a big state.
But thank you to everyone that went to the show and shared images of everyone's work.
So cool.
It was cool to see it online and imagine we were there.
Yeah. There's been some really beautiful photos, and yeah, it's nearly over. I think.
Yeah.
Next couple more weeks, and
Is it like 19th of Feb or 22nd?
Yeah.
Something around there.
And
so.
one of the really awesome things is that our good friend Ruby won.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh,
with
that
her-
was such a good moment.
Oh, it was, and it's such a spectacular piece that we saw earlier last year.
Yes.
I've got a great photo of you hugging the mother
Yeah.
pot, and such a powerful work. There was a collaboration. And we might hear more about that coming
Soon,
up.
so we won't go into it
No.
too much.
But yeah, really huge congratulations to Ruby. Really well deserved.
So well deserved. Yeah.
It was great too because she organised all the art couriers to take our work up,
Yeah.
which was just like a huge job. So I'm glad she won, and it was all worth the effort. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she doesn't have to worry about transporting her work back down.
I know.
Yay.
Yay. It is interesting that, and I think that's something we should probably have a chat about at some stage for the year. Just how amazing it is to be a finalist, but also how expensive it is.
Yeah. Just to participate.
Yeah, like when you add up like entry fees, courier fees, like everything.
Material.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't win very often.
No.
You know, like just, I mean, statistically.
Yeah.
You know, so it is a really interesting thing of being a regional artist and being involved in awards that aren't local.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's really been the first time, I guess, having to organise and figure that stuff out, because every other show we've been in, we've been able to deliver the work ourselves.
Yeah.
So, and also just packing work for transport, long haul transport was different as well. And considering postage on the way back, like things traveling through Australia Post, it's, packing to the next level.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I really trusted the couriers because I've worked with them with galleries. They're really amazing. That's IAS, International Art Services. They're really a great courier service.
Shout out.
But yeah, they were, I really trust them, but Australia Post, you just don't know. I mean, I've had great luck with Australia Post. I've never had anything break.
Yeah.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably get my work sent back Australia Post.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't feel as critical.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds alright. I've had one thing, they've lost one thing before, but it's just something I bought and not anything of my own that I'd made. It just never arrived and never will.
Wow. Sounds like that glaze, but that was a courier.
It was apparently an entire batch of things. So this thing that I bought, the entire 12 parcels that I communicated with the company, and they said, oh, this whole batch of orders went missing.
What?
So they dropped it off at the post office. It had been collected by Australia Post, and then that was it. That was the last update.
Whoa. But there's insurance and stuff, so did...
Yeah, it wasn't anything too expensive, and they replaced the item, so...
Oh, that's good, yeah.
It was okay, but,
yeah.
I'm sure our giant boxes of ceramic things won't go missing.
No. I do know, there is a classic story. I'm trying to think where it was, where there was this dodgy postie who, like, just, instead of delivering things, put them in their shed. For, like, 3 to 6 months. I think they were just overwhelmed or something, and...
Is this a real thing that
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the whole story, but...
Whoa.
It can happen, I think.
Wow.
And they found all this shed full of parcels and letters.
Oh my gosh.
And then they got delivered.
Yeah, that's good.
I think they lost their job.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like, yeah.
Could have.
Yeah.
Wild.
Oh, so
well,
funny.
let's touch wood that the journey home for our artworks is safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess, you know, I've been thinking a lot about living regional and what that means. And I think we're quite lucky we're close to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of shows and awards and stuff like that happen in Brisbane, and you can easily drive there and drop it off.
Yeah.
And we've got our great little kind of network of people in Toowoomba that we share that load a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, keep helping each other out and pick up all our works.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess, well, that's something that's happened in the last 6 months is that...
First shows in Brisbane.
Yeah.
For us, which is so cool.
I know.
It always felt like, I don't know, showing in Brisbane was kind of, there was this barrier for entry that I didn't really know how to make a connection in Brisbane to have work in Brisbane. And now it's happened 1, 2, 3 times. So in the last 6 months, which is...
What was the third?
So there was Artisan.
Oh, Artisan! Of course!
Side gallery.
Yeah.
Field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artisan. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was the first one. And yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so good to see your work in Brizzy.
It was such a fancy install.
Yeah.
Fancy gallery. It looked really nice.
Yeah, nice lighting.
Good lighting. Lighting. Yep.
Yeah.
My pieces are still in the shop in Artisan if anyone has need for a large shiny pot. Go check it out.
That's great.
Just a soft plug there.
Yeah. And it was lovely being a part of Field Trip with their opening. You were in a show and I was in a different show, which was a great little show just of artists from Toowoomba, from the uni.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a little bit of nepotism there, but it was all good. Clary Lawrence runs the gallery with her daughter.
Diamanda, yes.
Yeah. And, Clary's brother-in-law is our good friend David Usher. So, yeah, David's, you know, helped us get in there.
If you haven't heard David's episode, go back a few and have a listen.
And but how cool was being invited to be part of the group show at Side Gallery? That was
that was awesome.
Yeah, I was really stoked to get that message.
I was
still
surprised.
not quite sure how they know me.
Me too.
Yeah, but it was really lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of, they followed and then messaged within 2 days.
Yeah. And maybe it is from Field Trip.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're a bit more high profile, with Artisan and stuff, but for me, I was like, what?
Maybe even, I don't know, they could follow a bunch of different art galleries, maybe Townsville show?
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that show, you went.
Oh, it was such a cool install. I mean, it was a dance.
Yeah.
But it worked really well. It's such a beautiful little gallery. It's
I want to go.
Yeah, it's really cool. It feels like Japanese inspired.
Ooh.
Like, it's got like mossy paths and I don't
mossy
know.
paths.
I love mossy paths.
Me too. Love a bit of moss.
Yeah. It was really cute. But that was really nice going to that opening and feeling a part of it.
Yeah.
And sold some work, which was exciting. Yeah. It's always nice to
Maybe
sell
there'll
some
be
work.
some more Brisbane shows in 2025.
Maybe.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
I also feel that I'm already full.
Yeah.
Do you feel full already?
I do.
Yeah.
As much as I did pull back from clay a little bit in January, I feel tired.
Yeah.
And planning for more things and all the clay stuff, it's a little bit overwhelming. Just thinking about the year ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things starting up for us in the next couple of weeks. We've obviously got the podcast, teaching at the Pottery Club. We'll both be starting. Is that next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah. I know. That's soon.
That is very
That's
soon.
a couple of days for you.
I know.
Yeah, wow. And we're also kind of on the back of Christmas markets.
Yeah.
Which the Christmas markets were on the back of carnival markets, it feels like.
It just feels like a very busy few months that haven't really stopped.
Because we have, in Toowoomba, we have Carnival of Flowers, which is a really big festival that goes for a month. And September, yep. And lots and lots of people visit Toowoomba then, and they're really good markets. They're some of the best.
They are good.
Yeah, so it's almost like a pre-Christmas.
Yeah, so they run extra markets. There's a lot more people in Toowoomba. It's so busy on some of those weekends that Square stops working, and then your data on your phone will stop working because there's that many people using the networks.
Wow.
I remember one of the days at the market, one of the busiest ones, every stallholder was having issues connecting to Square, and Square just wasn't working. And there was across the board, like Vodafone, Telstra, all the different ones. But that just shows how many people are actually in the area and the network not really
holding up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I know sometimes those markets are so busy that you don't actually do that well because people are all just
overwhelmed.
Can't stop.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people in those
Yeah. It was good though. I'll be honest, I haven't actually done my figures.
Nah.
No, me either. That time will come.
Yeah. But I feel like
come.
both of us we've had pretty good markets around Carnival and Christmas, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Sold a lot of mugs. Made a lot of last minute mugs.
Yeah.
That also sold, which
Same.
is great.
Oh yeah, your big lot, that's right.
Yeah.
I know, I remember doing 20-hour days and stuff, it was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think, January is the month to collapse.
Yeah.
And I think once you get back into things, it's like the anticipation of the busy is the worst bit.
Yeah. That might be where we're at currently.
Yeah, I think so.
Also the show, just getting ready for the show
that was huge.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't there's just so much admin and back of house and emails and measuring and all that stuff involved. And I had a few works that I made in the last 6 weeks before the show, which I'm glad I did. They were smaller pieces that were a bit more affordable, and they all sold. So I'm so glad that I did. But yeah, just so much involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what else happened in the last 6 months?
Oh, I did, as listeners would know, I kind of did that series on clay connections.
It was like season 1.1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A special season of
Yes.
talking around well-being and clay and community. And from that I made some lovely connections overseas.
Some clay connections.
Some clay connections, yeah. Actually, lots of great connections have come from that. Yeah, lots of great connections have come from that. I've connected with Eva Masterman over in the UK, and she's been a part of this really interesting, I guess it's like a night class online called Building the Clay Commons. She's partnered with the Scottish Sculptural Workshop.
Yeah.
Which Holly McDonald, who I interviewed after Eva, was doing a residency there when we had the chat. So it's funny how all these things connect. So yeah, I've been doing the night classes, which are really interesting. They're all around, I guess, creating inclusive clay spaces, which is really nice.
That's going to come in handy for your honours?
Yeah, it's kind of around my honours. So it's going to be an interesting year, honours, because I don't think I'll be making any artwork. It'll be more like a community-based honours. I've got some little ideas of how to bring some artwork into it. And it might be people's artefacts that they make, or pots that they make might become data.
Cool.
Because it's all that research level stuff, so I've got to think about all that.
Yeah.
Ethics. So I'm doing ethics at the moment, and that my supervisor said will be the hardest thing I do in my honours.
Yeah, just get it out of the way first. I think that's a good
it's
way
huge.
to do
Well,
it.
you've got to get it out of the way so I can actually
Get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been procrastinating about all week. This week.
But you've also been setting up your home studio a bit.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
And just all that organisational stuff as well, which is
house
physically exhausting.
Yeah, it's been hot too.
Yeah.
Good old Queensland summer.
Yep.
Yeah. My brain just left.
That's okay. I just did a McGregor workshop.
You did?
Fresh off the back of that. So it's a workshop where we actually, 18 months ago, we did the McGregor Winter with Bill Powell, and we got really chummy and became really good friends during that. So it was really nice to do the same workshop again. By the way, it's Throwing for Scale with Bill Powell. And Bill's a great teacher. I think we've mentioned that on here before, how amazing Bill is. We love him. And it was great to do the workshop again and kind of coming back, having practiced some of the stuff he taught us in the last one, and then being able to pick up new skills. And just, I think having Bill just look at what I was doing and give me a couple of, tell me I had a couple of bad habits, which I changed. And then that, on day 1 and 2, changed my throwing for the rest of the week. And will have changed it forever. Just a couple of things. Move your hand from here to here. Or use a sponge on the inside. And I just, crazy. Crazy good. Good teacher. Go do a Bill Powell workshop if you can get on his waiting list.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun and exhausting. But, yeah, so good.
I know, I still remember, robot fingers.
Robot fingers?
Yeah, which is I still, even 18 months ago when I did that workshop, there's some few little things that have stayed with me.
Yeah.
Which is if you got a wonk, just get in and do robot fingers, which is just really firm. Mm-hmm. Not really firm, but really...
Rigid.
rigid and continuous pressure, like, all the way up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really a throw, it's more just to, like, fix your wonk.
It's like moving the wonk from the bottom
Yeah.
to the top and then throwing through it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And compressing.
Yeah.
Actually, I think David Usher taught me about the compressing the top.
Yeah.
Like, to really go hard.
Yeah. Lock it in.
Lock it in and
Lock
compress
it in, Eddie.
hard. And you can get out lots of the wobbles with just compressing.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised. No wonder you're tired. You're like,
Yeah.
markets, solo, McGregor.
Yeah.
And you've also...
I've started working part-time.
Yeah. Which is a bit of a journey, isn't it? To...
Yeah. Outside of ceramics. So I worked for 4.5 months last year at the uni.
Oh, yeah.
Which was great. Doing tech work in the School of Creative Arts, which was amazing. Got to repair kilns and like learn how to change elements and all of the jobs that you do in your own studio, but I guess being paid for, which is amazing. It was great work, and I was updating. So my main job was updating the chemical database for the glaze room at the uni, which is really interesting. Got to learn a lot about the materials. Some things I can't unlearn, like how dangerous everything is. Oh my gosh, people read up on your materials. But yeah, so working part-time then was really good. I found it really, I guess, tricky balancing all the other clay stuff and doing that.
But also, like, you would not at home for a big chunk of
Yeah.
the week. Like, you'd come and stay up in Toowoomba.
Yeah, yeah.
Which that kind of can throw you a bit. It's not like you can go home and trim some pots. Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't, like, go check on stuff at night and...
And you were teaching 2 nights a week as well as...
Oh, yeah, I
doing
would
that.
work at the uni during the day and then go teach at night. So fun. But now, as of mid-December, I've started working part-time in hospitality again, which, you know, it's been 3 years since I've worked outside of my field, I guess. And it's hard to not feel like it's a step backwards or a step in the wrong direction. And yeah, I guess I have been working nights, and it's been really exhausting being in that environment again. And I can feel it kind of draining my focus away from clay a bit, which is the scary part. But, you know, I don't know.
You gotta pay the bills, though.
Gotta pay the bills.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting... I mean, all these topics we could expand on so much.
Yeah.
Because I think... I don't know, we get this thing doing clay full-time's a dream, but actually having a, like, regular income that you don't have to stress about. And I think sometimes it takes a while to get back into the groove of work.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, you'll find clay will always be there.
Yeah. And that's it. Definitely not into the groove of the year yet.
No.
I haven't found a rhythm.
No, and I think, I don't know, you got to kind of prioritise what it is you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I've been thinking about that a bit too, because I've got a fair bit coming up with work. Like, weird kind of bits and pieces of work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what's going to give?
Yeah. Yeah.
And at the moment, it's kind of the markets and retail
Mm-hmm.
might be the thing that gives.
Okay.
Because there is a lot of work for not much financial reward.
Yeah.
Even though I love it and it's part of... I do want to keep doing it, but I think it'll just be, I don't know, a smaller part.
Yeah. Can we just list off all the pies you've got your fingers in for this year coming up? Because it's really impressive.
My portfolio career.
Yes.
So I discovered on the internet, as you do, that instead of saying I've got a chain of random casual jobs, that I need to say I have a portfolio career.
It's it's
Sounds
good.
a lot better, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it's actually a really interesting point is that creative folks do have portfolio careers. They have contracts that last for a day. Mm-hmm. And then they have workshops that they run. They have, like, all these bits and pieces. So you want the list, don't you?
I want the list.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Okay, well, I'm doing honours. That doesn't pay me any money.
But that's full-time study.
It is full-time study.
Yeah, we got that.
I'm still working at the Regional Gallery.
Yeah.
Installing and just weekend work. I'm teaching at the club.
Pottery club teaching. Yeah.
I've got a new job, which I'm really excited about.
Oh, and not another one. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It'll be really fun though, and it's something I'm really passionate about. So I'm running the clay club at a local school after school on a Monday. So that'll be really fun. Just a couple of hours, and it's like we're just with high school students. So high school female students.
Yay.
And boarders and stuff. So that's really exciting. I'm excited about that. I don't know, what else?
Tinker.
Oh, yeah, I do workshops at Tinker. That's all, isn't it?
And podcast.
Oh, podcast. And also, I'm really excited that my role as assistant editor of the Journal of Australian Ceramics, that's going to come up in a couple months. So we've all got an issue each, and my issue's coming up. So that's going to be huge when that comes.
So much stuff, Jane.
Yeah.
And it's all really impressive.
Well, it's all nice, fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's something, I think after finishing teaching, I've realised I really love time that's my own.
Yeah.
And so I kind of love all the little bits and pieces. I'm still doing a few little casual contracts at uni. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a few bits and pieces.
So incredible.
But I do have also realised that I do need some more financial security.
Yeah.
So I've applied for a part-time job, but I won't say anything more about that at the moment because I haven't heard, but fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. That'd just be like 4 days, a fortnight.
Yeah.
And just allow me to pay the majority of my bills. Mm-hmm. Which would be nice.
That would be good.
Because you just, in a portfolio career, you just don't know when the next paycheck is coming.
It's very up and down.
It is. Yeah.
Very up and down.
Yeah.
Amazing. So good.
I'm sure you've got lots of things happening too, though.
Well, I want to keep doing markets. I kind of thought working part-time elsewhere, it might afford me a bit more relaxation in the studio. Like, this is lower stakes than it has been. I can maybe make more of what I want, less than more of what I need to be making.
Less mugs.
AKA mugs. Yeah, I guess I haven't there hasn't been enough time in the year yet to, I guess, start doing that, because I haven't really been making yet. And, you know, I don't want to do commissions anymore. It's not a thing I want in my life. I have done the odd commission. I've actually got doing a couple at the moment, so I need an accountability buddy. Because I'm really bad at saying no.
Oh, and how bad is it when people go, just whenever you've got time? I'm like, no, give me a date.
If you say that, I won't do it.
Get done.
I won't do it.
No,
nah.
No rush. No rush.
Oh, no rush?
You're
Great.
like, you're never getting it.
Yeah. So what? Part-time, I want to continue doing markets. I just think I really want to focus on making really beautiful functional ceramics.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I'm thinking, no, I really want to do an online release of spiky pots.
Yeah.
And I want to make for art prizes. And I don't know.
And also you're running some workshops, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah. I've got obviously teaching at the Pottery Club. I'll be starting an intermediate class, which I'm really keen about. That's going to be so great. So there's 2 students in there that have done my beginner's workshop. They've gone away, they've practiced a lot, and they're up to intermediate now. And I'm so proud.
That's great.
It's so good. And yeah, workshops. I've booked in a few workshops at the Toowoomba Pottery Club, and one at the Sunshine Coast, which will be great at the pottery studio.
Is that throwing big?
It's coil throwing.
Ah, cool.
So how to, I guess, manipulate forms on the way up and do interesting things with your shapes and gain height.
Cool.
So that'll be good. I really hope that enough people buy tickets for that.
Yeah.
So that I can do it, because I'd really like to do a bit more of that. And if I can do a bit more of that, maybe I can work less at my hospitality job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And obviously podcasts. I'm so excited for that.
I know, me too.
I feel like it's going to be a great year.
Yeah.
We're going to have some great chats.
We won't say too much now,
No.
but we are both going to
The Triennial.
in Fremantle
Whoop, whoop.
in October, which
We're-
is really exciting.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to just meet more people
Yeah.
and be around clay nerds. Please don't take offense to that. I really mean that endearingly, people. Like,
Oh, nerds are the best people.
clay nerds are my favorite kind of people in the world. Like, yeah. I'm so excited. It's going to be great.
I know, me too. I've never been to Western Australia.
Me neither.
I know.
Yeah.
So far away, but so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Also,
great.
we'd love to meet some Western Australian locals. We were talking earlier and we don't really know anyone from over there, so hit us up. That'd be great to meet people and, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many things this year.
So many things.
Hey,
Hmm.
do you have goals?
I've decided that I don't make goals anymore.
That's good.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, I don't know. I haven't really thought too far ahead. I just have thought of a word to focus on this year.
Mm.
It's not really anything to do with clay or anything like that. But rather than making goals, I'd like to go with the flow a bit more, because last year was a big goal making year for me and I'm kind of tired of it. Just want to see what happens.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My word
Yeah, it's
word of the year is spirit.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like an intention, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just connecting a bit more.
Yeah. And that's like slowing down. I love that post you put up the other day, because the world is a bit of a crazy place right now.
Mm-hmm.
And just around like connecting with nature.
Yeah.
And that deeper kind of, I don't know, spirit, I guess. It's important, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really just to, I guess, check in and know where my head's at.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah.
And work on being in a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
What about you?
Well, I mean, I guess I probably have some, they're goals, but they're kind of intentions as well. So my big one is to be a bit gentler on myself. And I struggle with some health things. And I know I've kind of been in denial about it for my whole life. And so I think I need to let it in a bit more and take rest when I need it and just look after my health rather than push through.
Yeah.
I'm such a good pusher through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, there's something about January that always makes me go, ooh.
It's a bit of
I'm
a reflective kind of time as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, of course, doing my honours. You know, my 2024 goal was to set up my studio, so that's still happening. But the thing I'd really like to do this year, I know last year I said teapots, I think, which I haven't even thought about, so this could be similar, but is to explore surface design.
Ooh.
And forms.
Yeah.
So it's something I've always wanted to do, but I've never felt that I've really had the time.
Mm-hmm.
And recently I think it's the ceramic school in the US. They had a clay camp.
Oh,
and
how was it?
Well, I haven't done it yet. I haven't really looked, but I've bought the live replays.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these different techniques of surface design. And they're like workshops. There's like 20 of them or something.
Amazing.
And there's some that I'd really love to just sit down and do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I was really excited to buy that ticket. It was a bit of money, but there's also some people in my life, my mum and my mother-in-law, who both are interested in exploring and doing that. So I thought, oh, it'd be good for all of us. We can all sit
Great.
down and...
Do you feel like doing something like that, sitting down, giving yourself the time to explore something you're interested in, do you think that is an act of self-care?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know we've talked about this a lot, but I think that was clay before I got too obsessed and made it everything.
It's kind of shedding that layer of work around it. So a lot of the time when we're with clay, we're thinking about work and things we have to get done and blah, blah, blah. But when you take that pressure off and you sit down and do something you want to do, that's when it's like fulfilling the spirit.
Yeah.
There's that word.
Yeah. And I think, like, I'm still trying to find my voice in ceramics. And I feel like you've got a really strong voice, and that's one of the real strength of your solo was the voice. It was really strong.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just say, a huge thing that helped me, I guess, find my voice was talking to Sarah Rayner and Shannon Garson in our interview. That really struck a chord with me when they said to give ideas more time and to keep coming back to them and develop them, not to just make something and move on. So that really held that in the forefront of my mind all for the last year since then. And yeah, it's changed my practice.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had great feedback on all our episodes, but particularly that one. People have really got a lot from it. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you, Shannon and Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Shannon and
we
Sarah.
were so nervous.
We were so nervous.
So nervous. Oh,
it's funny, we were nervous before this recording
I
today.
know. Oh, it's funny. And then we just start rambling.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what it is. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think being gentle on myself is the main goal for this year because it's going to be busy. I need to get some good routines in place just around physical health and stuff too. Like, start doing yoga regularly, which is good, and got to get back to the pool.
Nice.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I've been skipping.
Awesome.
With a jump rope, and that is full on hectic.
It's crazy.
It's crazy doing it and then waking up the next day and your core hurts and your shoulders and you think, what? Isn't it all in my calves? No, it's like full body. It's crazy.
I used to love skipping.
But I need to do more of it. I need to make it more of a habit rather than just, what
am I going to do now? I better skip.
Yeah, I better do it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then just Corey and I have been meal prepping, which has been a game changer for us. Because just coming home from work or going to work, I don't have to think about cooking. I've already got 8 things that are healthy that I've spent, a couple hours one day a week doing. And it's like a life hack. Like you don't have to spend an hour cooking each day. You just it's such a time saver. Anyway, even though I love cooking, just don't have the time for it.
That's really good, yeah.
But yeah, that's
been
good.
I gotta get better at that.
And then it's been good to just not have an excuse to make a convenient meal. It's like, I've already got a healthy one that I've made in the fridge, so I've got to eat it. Yeah, that's been good. Anyway, that's like completely unrelated.
No, it's not. Like, I think that's not. I actually think these are really important elements of our practice. And
yeah, self-care, like the physical body care as well is really important.
Yeah, and eating well, and it's all really, I think it's all on topic.
Yeah. I mean, who's to say what's not on topic anyway?
Yeah.
We get to talk about what we want.
It's true.
That's
you
the
get
beauty
to
of
choose
it.
to listen or not. Hey, on that though, it would be really lovely if anyone's got any questions.
Yes.
To send them through, because I think that could maybe help us design some episodes. It's interesting, like, our kiln chat that we had? A few people have told me they've loved that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's funny from our perspective, I kind of thought, maybe that's one of our weaker ones.
Yeah,
but
same.
It's done well.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, and I think that was a suggested episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think it would be great to interact a bit more with our listeners.
Oh, yeah, which, drum roll, very quiet, tiny drum roll, we're starting up a Patreon.
Yes, we are. And we're still kind of working out all the nuts and bolts of it and what we're going to offer on our tiers.
But you know what?
What?
It'll all be ready when they're listening to this.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Listen in at the end of this episode for something we've recorded with more information about it.
But yeah, Patreon will be great. It just means, like, we'll be able to pay our bills and that you guys hopefully can get a bit more from us.
Yeah.
And
when we say bills, we mean, like, paying for our podcast hosting platforms and...
yeah, like, we actually have bills.
And, like, actually driving to interview people. But yeah, it's a growing thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our podcast.
Yeah.
So.
But
and when was our first episode? Have we been doing this a year?
yeah, I think so.
Oh, happy 1 year birthday.
I know. Yeah, it'd be nearly exactly.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
What a year.
What a year.
What a year.
What a year.
And what is this year going to bring?
More good things.
More good things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, big year of change, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like for you there's some big changes. But, you know, good things.
Good things.
Yeah.
Good things. Well, Janie, shall we wrap up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. We're really excited for the year ahead and yeah, keep listening.
Keep listening. Tell all your friends and your mum that we're here doing this thing. And yeah, you'll hear from us soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks for listening, everyone. As usual, you can find out more about us through our social media. Our links are at the end of the show notes. And just letting you know, our Patreon will be up soon and you'll be able to support us through that. Thanks.